to another episode of rawradianthealth.com, and I'm Natasha St. Michael, and thank you so much for joining me. So it's Wednesday, it's the middle of the week, and recently I've received a lot of emails of people asking me about certain products that claim to be raw if they're actually raw. And the two products I'm going to talk about today are Lara bars and Kelp Noodles. So the first one is Lara bar. A Lara bar is, if you don't know what it is, it's sort of like a snack bar. It's made out of dates and usually a few other ingredients, including nuts, or there might be some spices in it. There might be even some dried fruit in it, and also some different types of flavoring. And pretty much its majority of the bar is made out of dates, and there's no sugar added. It's usually about, say, 2 to 5 ingredients maximum in it, and they're all natural ingredients. And a lot of times people have them and they're like, wow, this is like too good to be true, because they're really yummy, and it's because the majority of the bar is made out of dates, and it's usually a mixture of dates and nuts, and it's a nice mixture. But the thing is that it makes us a little bit suspicious, being like, is this too good to be true? Now, the main thing is that how the Lara bars are made, they're processed under 118 degrees, okay? So how they're actually processed is in its raw form, where it's not, enzymes are not being overheated and destroyed, and the nutrients are intact, everything. But the issue is more about some of the ingredients, okay? So like certain nuts in the Lara bars are not raw, okay? Like the peanuts are roasted. The cashews, most cashews on the market today are heated at a high temperature, steamed out of the shell. Okay, so they are heated above 118 degrees. So we got that issue. And then also almonds nowadays, most of them are pasteurized. Okay, so, and I'm sure the ones that Lara bar are using are from the United States, which are pasteurized, not from other countries which aren't. Okay, so you have that issue to consider, okay, that it's not a completely raw product. And then when you get into like a few of the bars, I know the lime bar has like a concentrated lime juice in it, and that lime juice has been flash pasteurized as well. And also the chocolate Lara bars, they're made with roasted cacao beans, okay? So it's not a raw cacao powder, none of that. So there are ingredients within the Lara bar that are not raw, you know, but at the same time, like do I eat Lara bars? Not really. When I first got into raw foods, I'd have here and there something. I find them as a great transition food. I don't really eat them anymore. I don't really crave that kind of food. But if someone were to say to me, you know, like, I need something yummy, then I'd say go and have a Lara bar. I mean, I would choose a Lara bar over a candy bar any day, okay? So, I mean, we gotta put things into perspective, you know? It's kind of like, do you want to have something that's full of high fructose corn syrup and all sorts of chemicals and weird additives and hydrogenated oils and, you know, that kind of stuff? Or do you want to have a Lara bar that might be made with steamed cashews? You know, I mean, you got to balance things out, and whatever's going to keep you eating healthy food is the direction to go in. But to have Lara bars every single day, definitely not. I do not recommend it. Once in a while, like as a treat or something, fine, but definitely not every day, okay? And not every week even, you know, like just once in a while, like, you know, keep those things on the low. And, you know, or keep it, you know, at a time when you might be in an emergency and there's nothing to eat and that's all you've got, you know, but that's it. You know, it's just maintaining perspective, and also just weighing out, like, you know, what's the healthier option? That's how I kind of like to look at things. Now, the next product is Kelp Noodles. I know a lot of people are into Kelp Noodles, and pretty much what kelp noodles look like, I've got some here for you to see, is kelp noodles, they're made out of kelp, which is seaweed, okay? And seaweed and like a salt extract, which forms these kind of like cellophane noodles. They're kind of crunchy, and pretty much I just want to show you what kelp actually looks like. This is kelp, okay? And this is, I rehydrated kelp, okay? This was once dried and I just soaked it in some water. So as you see, it's a dark green. And then we've got kelp noodles, which are transparent. So these have been highly processed to become colorless from what it originally was, okay? So, you know, the whole thing with the kelp noodles is that the manufacturers claim that they do process it at under 100-degree temperature, okay? So kelp noodles are just made out of these two ingredients, salt extract and kelp, but they're processed down so much that they become translucent. How much minerals it contains, it's questionable, you know? I mean, because we know that seaweed is full of minerals, and that's why we eat seaweeds, you know, it's to get those minerals, because out of any food out there, they're pretty much the highest in all sorts of great minerals that we need. And we also know that to know how nutritious a food is by its color. So the darker, the deeper the color is, the more nutrients it's going to have. You know, that's why a lot of times they say stay away from the white stuff and go more towards the green stuff. So with the kelp noodles, it's a little bit of common sense. It's kind of like, okay, it was once green and now it's transparent. I wonder what is remaining in it. And, you know, is it what's been processed out? And it can still be a raw product, but how much nutrition in it is kind of questionable. Great thing about kelp noodles is that there's very little calories in it. Very, very little calories. And it's, you know, it's non-allergenic. And again, like, if I were to recommend to someone, like, if someone were like, I'm craving pasta, I would tell them definitely go and have some kelp noodles. You know, I would choose kelp noodles over wheat pasta any day, you know, but would it be the staple of my diet? No. Would I be relying on it for my nutrients and my vitamins, my minerals? No, you know, but it's something that I'd have once in a while, and I'd see how it agrees with my system or not, you know, and that's pretty much it. I mean, the main thing is that, you know, my view is not to get too caught up in like what's wrong, what's not. It's more like what's fresh, what's living, what's a whole real food and what's not, you know. And for me, I don't really like to buy things so much out of a package. I don't like to buy things that have been processed in some sort of manufacturing plant. I'd rather buy my real fruits and vegetables, my nuts and seeds, and enjoy it as they are. But as a transition food and as something as a treat and something that you have once in a while, just to change things up and just to have a little bit of fun with your food, by all means go ahead and enjoy these foods. They're not going to hurt you, but you just don't want to have a diet that is predominantly Lara bars and kelp noodles. That's pretty much it. So, you know, really make sure majority of the food you're eating is fresh, it's organic, it's a whole food, it's coming in its real form. You can identify what it is just by looking at it, and you're okay. And then here and there you have a little treat, okay? So that's it for today, everyone. I'm wishing you guys this fabulous, fabulous day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.